What's going on, everybody? Frowzy here, bringing you back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today, we got a really easy one. This right here is a little compact pumpkin or melon farm. So, it works just like the rest of them. You have the redstone up at the top, the observers look down. Once they see a change, they activate the pistons, and it gets picked up and brought right in here. That was completely lucky, as I just showed y'all. One went in there. So, let me show you the items you're going to need to build this. We'll go ahead and start off with saying the steps, they're optional. You do not need those. If you want it, it'll kind of block off the front dirt and that gap right there. That kind of shows the rails underneath, but you do not need them. We'll go ahead and state that you can either use a redstone block or a redstone torch, whichever one you want to use. For this build, you're going to need 2 chests, 12 pieces of glass, 1 minecart with hopper. Make sure it has the minecart with hopper. If not, the minecart's just going to go around in circles and it's not going to pick anything up. Next, we're going to need about 55 building blocks. We'll need 4 pistons, 1 slab, 1 powered rail, 7 normal rails, 4 pieces of redstone dust, about 10 temporary blocks. You're going to need 8 dirt, a hoe, you'll need 2 hoppers, 4 observers, 1 water bucket, and you either need some melons or pumpkins. This farm will work for both, so you can actually do 2 of each if you wanted to. You can also expand this farm, but it'll cost more material. Anyways, let's get over here and I'll show you how to build this. Alright, to start this build off, you're going to need to go ahead and place your double chest like so. You're going to go into the back of the double chest. You're going to go ahead and shift or crouch, whichever one you're using. This does work on Bedrock and Java. You're going to go ahead and click your hopper into the back of the chest, just like that. Alright, so once you have it like this, you're going to go ahead and go to either the left or the right side. Whichever side you pick, you're going to have to follow along. Whichever side you pick, you're going to have to follow along slightly differently, unless you pick this side. So we'll start over here. You're going to place a building block to the left of this hopper. You're going to come back a total of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Next, you're going to go ahead and go to the right, only 1. This block right here is where you can either place your redstone block or your torch. To use a torch right here, you basically remove this block right here, place the torch, and then place your block over it. Or if you want to use a redstone block, place it right there and you're done. Next, we're going to go ahead and place a block right here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place a temporary block right in behind the redstone block right here. And we're going to go up 1 more. And then we're going to go ahead and remove that temporary block. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our powered rail, place that on the redstone block, just like so. Then you're going to grab your unpowered rails or normal rails, and you're going to go ahead and bring them all the way around. So it's going to go, once you get on here, you either have to shift or crouch. That way you don't just open up your hopper. And go ahead and bring that around here. And then once you get here, this is completely fine that these do not link up. What's going to happen is when we put the rail on there, it's going to go around and then it's going to connect to this and then just continue going around. All right, next, we're going to go ahead and place a block in the center. This block right here, we just don't want to put anything there now because that's how we're going to get up to the top. Or you can build a staircase like so. However, on top of these rails, you want to go ahead and grab your dirt. Everywhere that there is a rail, you're going to go ahead and place the dirt directly on top of it. Now, if you notice, there is a gap here. That's because, of course, there's technically an item here, and it just goes straight up. So, we're going to go ahead and fill in all the dirt. That should be 8, so 3, 6, 7, 8. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump up 1, and then jump on top of the dirt. Inside this hole right here, you don't want to put a normal building block. You want to go ahead and take your slab. You want to place it inside here, and you want to go ahead and waterlog that slab, just like so. Next, you want to go ahead and grab your hoe, and you're going to go ahead and till up in almost like a cross type shape. So right here, and you're going to go straight across right here, and then from here straight across. You don't want to go like corner or anything. This makes it to where we can have 4 planted at one time. So now we're going to go ahead and plant our seeds. So we'll plant a pumpkin, and then we'll change it up and then add 2 melon seeds. So melon and melon. All right, so once you finish this up, you want to go ahead and go to one of the untilled ground sides. So any corner. You want to go ahead and go up 2 blocks. So it's going to be 1 and 2. Then you want to come over to the side, grab your observer, and have your observer facing down like that. If you did it right, the eye right here should, this little red part should be facing up towards you, and then the face should be facing down towards your little stem right here. All right, next we're going to go ahead and build a temporary block right here, and you're going to take an observer and place them over every single one of your stems that you have right there. So we'll just take our temporary blocks all the way around. All right, so once you have all of your observers facing the correct direction, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your building block. This is going to look weird, but you're going to place your building block directly on top of your temporary blocks. But before you enclose this whole area, if you come down in here, you can kind of shift and you can kind of see the outline right there. I'm going to kind of zoom in for y'all real quick, just like that. You see the outline? You want to go ahead and click shift, right click. And what that's going to do is it's going to put a block directly over this water without closing the water up. That, or you can literally just click inside there. The reason why we have to do that, I tried it a different method, and once these get harvested, what's going to happen is sometimes it goes into the water if you don't have that there, and you can't pick them up since it doesn't go through the middle. So if you want to harvest everything, make sure to place this block right there. Once you place that block there, go ahead and place a block directly on top of it, and there you go. After you do that, go ahead and finish placing a block on top of the temporary blocks, and then go ahead and place a block directly in the middle once again. Now, on top of the observers right here, you're gonna go ahead and grab your redstone dust, and you're gonna place redstone dust on every observer. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. All right, so we're pretty much done at the top. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and remove these temporary blocks, but when we remove them, we're gonna have our piston facing down. Now the reason we have our piston facing down right here is once this grows to full size and then a pumpkin or melon comes off of it, it's either gonna grow right here where the piston is. This observer is then going to, just like that, activate this piston, and yeah, there it is. So we're gonna go ahead and place a piston in the place of all these temporary blocks. So it should just be 4. And then right here where we went up 2, we're gonna go ahead and remove both of those and then place our last piston just like that. So once you get all of your pistons in, you're gonna come over here, and this is all, this ring out here that I'm about to do is all pretty much aesthetics to make it look better. You really only need to encase this with glass on the outside right here, but we're gonna make it look a little bit better. So I don't like the look of these, so we're gonna go ahead and place a block off the piston, boop, and then bring that all the way around. We don't have to use the corner one unless you want to, and then just continue doing that so it looks a little bit better. Once you finish that up, you're gonna go ahead and grab your glass. Off those blocks we just placed, we're gonna go ahead and place our glass just like this. Bring that glass all the way around. We can skip the corners, kind of save us on resources. Next, before we enclose this fully, we're gonna go ahead and grab our minecart with hopper. We're gonna come over here to where we placed our powered rail, and we're gonna place our minecart with hopper directly on top of the powered rail. Now, as you see, this is what it should do. If it didn't do that, go back to when we were doing the rails and make sure everything is correct. All right, so if this is correct. Then next, we're going to go ahead and encase this. So moving off the glass, we're going to bring this straight down to kind of hide everything. All right, so we're going to skip the corner piece because we're kind of cheap. And we're going to go ahead and grab our steps. And again, these steps, you do not need them here. They just kind of help hiding the dirt and the ugliness. So if you go directly underneath this piece of glass and you place your step, it should be upside down. We'll do that. And then if you look at the chest while shifting or crouching, you can go ahead and place 2 of your steps directly on top of your chest. Now doing so, you can still open up your chest. All right, then we're going to go to this side of the chest where we have this step. We're going to go ahead and place a building block and then our last step, just like so. We're going to go over here and bring this all the way down, just kind of enclosing it, making it look a little bit better. Do the same thing on the back end, and there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and speed up the random tick. That way y'all can kind of see what's going on. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to cut out me typing it, and then I'll just show y'all a quick sped up process of this. All right, so if you've seen this working, I accidentally turned the random tick too high up, so it is completely full. Like if you didn't know, minecarts and the speed is based upon how much material you have in there. As you see, it's poking around there, but it's completely full. But let's see if it is working. That is the main question. And as you see, everything is getting dropped off in there, and it shouldn't be processing this fast, but that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a thumbs up. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that sub button. But until next time, I will see y'all later.